We're Amanda and Timothy Blue, and this is our story of how we came to know God. In January of 2005, our second daughter, Jenna, contracted a virus, RSV, and was put into the hospital on oxygen. For 4 days, they tried to remove her from oxygen and were unable to do so. On the fourth night, Tim came to relieve me at the hospital, and I returned home with our 2-year-old. And Scott Pitts happened to be pulling in his driveway at exactly the same time. And I said to him, I know I'm not a member of your church, but my baby is in the hospital and they can't get her off the oxygen. Could you please pray for her? And he very graciously said to me, yes. The next day, we had our oldest daughter at the hospital with us, and we were all in our little room at St. Francis, and there was a knock on the door, and it was Scott and Charlotte Pitts. And they came in, and we all prayed over Jenna. And within a few hours, they were able to remove her from the oxygen for the first time in 5 days. Ours does seem like a very simple story, unless you think of all the ways God played a hand in it that night. The fact that Scott and I were able to arrive in our driveways at exactly the same moment, or Scott and Charlotte being such amazing examples of Christians that they were willing to reach out to a family that was spiritually lost, or the fact that Jenna was able to be taken off oxygen for the first time in 5 days, which is something modern medicine couldn't do for 4 days prior. We knew that any church that could produce people that care so much for the community that they're willing to reach out was someplace we wanted to belong. Our lives are no longer just going through the motions. There's a bigger purpose for everything. There's God's purpose. Our girls are growing up in a home where God is a presence. They exist because He made it so. Tim and I have enjoyed watching the children of GCC grow, teaching in the children's ministry, for almost 9 years now. We've found Greenwood Christian to be a second home, and we're very thankful for everyone involved.